Hello people of YouTube, 'tis I once more, the Crimson Assassin, here today to give you guys another anime review. And today, people of YouTube, we're going to take a look at another slice of life comedy anime, an anime that I've been really hoping that it would be finishing sometime soon because I really wanted to check it out. The anime we're going to review today, and plus an anime that was requested by my cousin Nico for me to really watch and review, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Right here. So Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid follows Miss Kobayashi, an office worker who one day got so drunk she ends up going to some mountain. And in that mountain she meets Toru, a dragon who ends up becoming her maid through some weird circumstance, and plus because Miss Kobayashi drunkly asked her. How would you say that? I don't know. But the point is, Miss Kobayashi asks Toru to become her maid because she was drunk and she had no life's choices better to make besides that. And from then you meet Toru goes to Miss Kobayashi's house and she ends up becoming her maid, and you see them forming a bond, forming relationships, as well as forming relationships with other people in the process. So Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid was requested by my cousin Nico. He really wanted me to go check out the anime, and I really wanted to go see the anime for myself because there were a lot of memes about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Like, there was a lot. Mainly GIFs, but for the most part I did see quite a lot of memes about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which kinda got me very curious about the anime, plus it also got me really hyped to go see the anime. And from what I was told about the anime, it was actually one of the best comedies out so far in 2017 besides Konosuba, so I had really high hopes for the anime. So I went into this anime with a very open mind, considering that this anime is relatively new, and plus since it is a new anime, people are going to overhype it and do some crazy stuff, you know, promoting the anime with all these memes and shit. So I went in with this anime with a very open mind, with an open mindset, and I really have to say, what are my thoughts on Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid? Well, here they are. For starters, of course, the obvious, the animation. It was spectacular. Probably one of the best animated comedy animes I've seen since Konosuba. I really enjoyed the animation for Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid, giving such a bright, vivid, and just overall energetic look to everything. And plus the backgrounds and the scenery looked fantastic. The character designs looked pretty solid, each of them standing out from the backgrounds and each of them standing out from one another. I really dug the look and animation for Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It gets an A+. The animation is stellar. The Japanese voice acting wasn't that bad. I didn't check out this anime in English dubbed, unfortunately, since it was currently an ongoing anime. So I didn't check the anime out in English dubbed, but I did check out the anime in English subbed. And my thoughts on the sub was really good. I loved all the performances done by the English sub. Hell, you got the guy that voices fucking Jotaro in the anime, so of course, the cast was amazing. I did enjoy the English cast a lot, and I think they did a really better job than the English dub. I haven't checked out the English dub, but I heard from Funimation. Of course, it's good. So check out the English dub if you can, but I prefer the anime in Japanese subbed. The comedy of the anime was very funny. I laughed at a lot of scenes in this anime. Really, the comedy was so good. I love the interactions between the characters, which made the comedy so funny, as well as some pop-ins, random shit happening sometimes that really caught me off guard and made me laugh our ass off. And it was just an overall fun experience to watch. The comedy was very solid. I did enjoy the comedy a lot. It gets an A+. The story and characters, nothing really being too deep, nothing really being too... It's just a simple story, nothing complex, I meant to say. But it is a solid story, will kind of keep you interested, but ignoring the story, what really gets you hooked on Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is the characters. The characters of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Mage, what the hell? A Dragon Mage. Yeah, I think in fantasy anime that's been done to death. But anyway, the characters are fantastic. I loved all the characters in Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Starting with the main character, Miss Kobayashi, I loved how she was definitely a solid main character. I did love her backstory. I did like how she is, and I also love her sudden change of heart towards a lot of things, and how she did end up in her past. She ends up acting like one way, but she really grows attached to Toru and her stuff. And I like how open she is. Like, she really was willing to, even though through a strange circumstance because of her drunken mistake, meeting Toru and them bonding and interacting. The relationship that Toru and Miss Kobayashi share is quite strong, really compelling, and they have so much chemistry with one another. I definitely felt like a little mini blooming romance between them, but I honestly felt that their relationship should have been a little more platonic. I mean, sure, there are hints that there was a little romance between them, but I much prefer rather than being a strictly platonic friendship. I did love their relationship a lot. It's quite friendly, it's cute, it's charming. I love their relationship. Toru herself, she was a very fun, entertaining character. I loved her design. I loved her character. She was very vibrant and energetic. I love her positive personality. I liked everything about the character. She was all in all my favorite character in Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid. She just had so much flair and so much spark and so much life to her character that really, encompassed her and her backstory and little things about her past that you get to know. Also really make me enjoy the character a lot. There were a few things about her character that could have been addressed further and they could have been explained, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But for the most part, for what I was given in the anime, I love the Toru. She is fantastic. Some of the other side characters in the anime I really enjoyed. Well, let's name a few. When I was looking up all these memes about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, there's one character that kept popping up everywhere, and that was this character, Kana. And I was very worried because she's a lowly character. Usually in anime, they tend to kind of focus a lot on the lowly character instead of all the other characters, mainly for a cheap, cute factor, and plus for all the weebs to, make hentai about her and shit. And it was wrong. So when I saw all these memes featuring Kana and how she was, I felt like she was going to be like the focus of a lot of episodes, I was very glad that she wasn't. Like, you see, my issues with lowlies, that I'm not particularly a fan of them. I like lowlies in a few animes, but I like them when they're used in small doses. You see, you can have a lowly character, but have them not being around too much. Have their scenes be kind of short and minuscule, and don't take too much focus away from screen time to give to other characters. And I loved what they did with Kana. She did have a lot of funny moments and a lot of screen time, and she was used in very small doses. And the character, all in all, I mean, yeah, she's very cute and all. I liked her personality, her, bland face personality, but she does give off this kind of cute charm to her. I did enjoy her character a lot. She actually had some of the most funniest scenes in the anime, and I did enjoy her character a lot. I also like how she was used in very small doses, and I'll give this anime praise for that, because if I was going to sit through another slice of life anime that focuses a lot on little girls, I don't know. But the point is, I did like Kana as a character. She gets a good plus. What else I really liked about character-wise? I did enjoy this one coworker that Kobayashi works with. I forgot, I think it's Takia, I think his name is. But his character was pretty entertaining. He had a lot of funny moments in the anime, and that's what I really liked about the anime. A lot of the characters had a lot of moments to shine. There was not one character really thrown out on the wayside. I mean, granted, they could have fleshed out some of these characters and give them more interesting backstories, and there's only really one character I didn't really like in the anime, and that was this MILF, I would say. She's like this she's like cheap fan service. That's basically her character, and I totally forgot her name. But point is, I mean, she was kind of superfluous in the anime, so I didn't really like her character a lot. But the other characters, I did enjoy. Even the characters that were like almost barely in the anime, like I did like Elma. She was a funny character, and she had little, very small, minuscule scenes. I would have loved to see more from her, but she did have a few scenes here and there that made me laugh. There was one character that was like introduced in the third episode, Fafnir. best character ever. My god, this character had me laughing in a lot of scenes on how unintentionally funny he was. That's another form of comedy I like. How people are trying to be not trying to be funny, but they end up being funny anyway. That was his character, and I really dug it on how just laid back and chilled he was. I like his character a lot. He had some of the funniest scenes in the anime. Like, I'll never forget the scene where he's truly introduces when Toru opens the door and all you see is like him in his dragon form and she closes the door. Like, that shit caught me so fucking off guard. But it made his introduction so freaking funny, and I definitely loved his character. And not to mention, I mean, he has also a really good relationship with this girl, Kobayashi's co-worker. They had a really cute little relationship. I did like the relationship a lot. And so this anime has really good bonds and relationships. I did like the relationships to a lot of characters in this anime. Them including Miss Kobayashi. And plus Miss Kobayashi, Toru, and Kana. I did love their three relationship. They're very strong together. And they formed a really strong connection between all three of them. They all deeply care for each other. And I loved it all. I ate that shit up, people of YouTube. I loved all the characters in Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. They were all fantastic. But unfortunately, people of YouTube, even though I love this anime and I truly, truly recommend you go check this anime out, I do have a few issues with it, and here they come. My main issue with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, again, kind of features some of the characters and how sometimes they were kind of shown off to the side, like this one character named Elma. I would have liked to see more scenes with her, get a little more insight on her character, and plus the rivalry between her and Toru. I would have loved to see more from that. And not just that, but I also hated how they kind of butchered Toru's backstory, and how I wish that they could have really focused and fleshed out on why Toru fled to the human world. Why is she in this world? And like, what action did cause her to end up in the human world? And what was her relationship with her father? And oh my god, we're gonna get into that in a little bit. That last episode, oh. But the point is, people of YouTube, I would have loved to see some of the characters get more fleshed out. In particular, Toru, and how I kind of felt like they kind of butchered her backstory, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And while I'm still here with issues, my next issue with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is the last episode. That shit pissed me off. Like, this anime had so many great things going for it. Sure, with the minor hiccups, I could have probably ignored it. But that last episode, oh my god, people of YouTube. That last episode was, number one, uncalled for. Number two, there was no real build-up leading to this last episode. And number three, on how flip-floppy it was. Okay? And also, on how, like, remember Kotoro-san? On how, like, the last 4 episodes of Kotoro-san, you know, it was acting like one way, but ends up completely being something completely different. That's the case, but in one episode in Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I didn't like this last episode. There was no build-up leading to it, and plus nothing really changes. Nothing really happens at the end of this episode. Things end up being the same way, as you can already tell. So it made no sense. Why was this in the anime to begin with? I have no fucking clue. But the point is, I didn't like how they butchered that last episode. That last episode was horrible. It was horrendous. I honestly recommend you just go check out episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and skip episode 13. Because that last episode was crap. It was bologna sandwiches. And my last real issue that I truly had with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid was a sudden shift in tone. On how sometimes the anime would first be all lighthearted, happy-go-lucky kind of comedy, to then all of a sudden kind of being a little depressing and being a little dark at some points. And then I didn't like how tone shifty the anime became. They didn't really find a good balance between comedy and drama. And I felt like the drama wasn't really that good anyway. Nothing really comes out of the drama of the anime. All the characters kind of act the same after these events happen anyway. So I felt like there was no real purpose to add these drama scenes. I felt like if they would have just kept the anime strictly comedy, then I probably wouldn't have an issue with it. But alas, they put these stunning drama scenes in. I mean, you could argue, well, it kind of adds character development with the characters. In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. I don't want to get into it, but the point is, I didn't like the sudden shift in tones. I don't like it at all. But all in all, people of YouTube, minus those issues, I really had a kick out of watching Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I think it is probably one of the best animes I've seen in 2017 thus far, and this anime gets a really decent score, a really high score of an 8.5 out of 10. I really dug and enjoyed this anime, and I do recommend you guys check it out. It gets an 8.5 out of me. I loved Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and much like Konosuba, I am going to rewatch this anime because this anime is worth your time. And that is all the time we have, people of YouTube. If you would like to see more from this channel and like to see more, please consider subscribing. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram right here. And as always, people of YouTube, 'tis I once more, the Crimson Assassin. Peace, YouTube.